Hi, I'm Coach Tom Ferry. Welcome back. Let's talk about the third problem we see people facing today, and that, of course, is managing our time. Now, let's be honest. Is there someone you know that's working too late into the evenings, that is constantly checking email, is, kind of strapped by their business in terms of time? They don't have enough time to get it all done. They're always busy. They're always on the go, and yet they're not making the money that they want. You see, when I asked that question on Facebook, I know people were saying, Tom, I'm working on my business and it just feels like there just isn't enough hours in the day. And what happens when there isn't enough hours in the day? We pour more of ourselves into it, and the people that suffer are the people that are closest to you, the people that are around you that want to spend some time with you. You suffer because you miss out on the joy and the happiness that's available. The reason you became an entrepreneur was not to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was to have control of your income and control of your time. Remember that decision? Remember that's why you got into this game. So let's regain control, right? Let's regain control. It reminds me of one of my clients, Tim Smith, great Coldwell Banker previews agent right in Newport Beach, California. I'm dating myself a little bit here because he and I have been working together for a long time. When we first started, he was struggling. He was at 18 transactions. The market was turning, and we knew there was a lot to do. We've already talked about the two biggest problems he faced, which was getting the right lead generation going and then following up. But then as he started to build his business, in the first year, he went from 18 to 53 transactions. Guess what happened? All of a sudden, he was out of control when it came to time. Well, I can tell you that today, he's selling more than 200 homes a year. He is the #1 agent in his marketplace, and he has become a master of his time. And I'm going to show you a couple of the solutions he works on. But let me tell you, when I say master, here's what I mean. It means he's listing and selling at high volume. He's having fun, he's taking vacations, he's got a beautiful young baby boy and a magnificent wife of just 2 years. He's having it all, and that's what's available when you make the choice, when you switch from interested to committed and you solve the issue of time. So let's talk about some of the solutions Tim took on and what you should do as well. The first thing is, look at that stop sign. Stop trying to manage your time. It's impossible. You can't control 3 seconds. It doesn't work. The only thing we can control is what we do with the time that we have. We've all heard that old cliche, work expands to the time allotted. I had heard that so many times before, it started to drive me nuts. I started to look at my life and say, when is it that I have the most performance? When I get stuff done at a high level and am able to, produce the results that I want. And I started thinking about it. For me, it's almost always right before I went on vacation. You know that moment before you go on vacation when you're like, oh my goodness, I'm leaving in a couple days? And what do? You make up a list of everything you know you have to do to make sure that, when you go on vacation, everything is taken care of. Well, that one little aha is what all great rockstar agents do. They've created for themselves an activity list, a list of activities that would naturally and automatically lead them to their outcome, to their end results, to their goals, both personally and professionally. So I would challenge you to stop trying to manage time because it doesn't exist. You can't manage minutes, you can't manage hours, and you certainly can't manage seconds. What you can do is manage the activities that you're involved in on a daily or weekly basis that would naturally cause you to achieve your goals. So here's what you do. You create a checklist. Go on Excel and do, here's the actions, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's the week. You list out, and I just listed out a few examples. Go to the gym, do some role plays, do my 5-5-4s, 5 past client calls, 5 new conversations, 4 lead follow-up conversations, meet a seller, meet a potential buyer as an example. And then you list out, ready? Check every time you do it. Check every time you do it. Check every time you do it. Well, what do we know? When you begin to follow a checklist that naturally leads to the accomplishment of your goals, you'll run at 60% some days of all the things you listed out that you did. Some days you'll run at 100%, but this much we know. People that try and follow a schedule in real estate almost always suffer. You've heard that before, create a schedule, follow your schedule. But here's the challenge. You might be able to have a morning routine, a morning schedule, but the moment that phone rings and it's a buyer who says, hey, let's go look at that house, or you talk to a seller who said, I'm ready now, come talk to me about listing my property, what are you going to say? Sorry, my schedule says I'm supposed to be doing this right now. No, you're smart. You're going to drop everything, prepare, get organized, and race over there. By following a daily or weekly action checklist, you're allowing for the flexibility that real estate provides us, the opportunities for a quick action, or you got a little, oh, I should go do this, and boom, it's something you can go jump out and get focused on. But you're always going to come back to the checklist. Every day, look at that checklist. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, what do? You share the results at the end of the week with someone that can take a look at the week and talk about what you did. Talk to your manager, talk to an office mate, show them what you're up to. If you have someone on your team, have them create their action checklist and you create yours, and start at the beginning of the week by showing each other and finish the week by talking about your results. Now, I know it sounds simple. I know that time is a major factor. Start with the daily action checklist, that weekly action checklist. And if you have people on your team, get them to do one as well. And I promise you this, if you try and manage time, you will always suffer. If you get into the activities that would naturally cause you to achieve your goals, not only will you check them off and get them done, you'll produce the results that you want. Let's look now at problem number 4. Inevitably, I'll ask this question at every seminar I do. How many of you believe if you just got organized, you could add 50% more business, you could double your business, and guess what? Every hand goes up. So it doesn't shock me that this was the 4th biggest problem. I'll give you an example. One of our clients, Carolyn Yarbrough, great Pacific Sotheby's agent down in San Diego, California, did the 2 things I'm going to recommend to you today, and guess what? Went from selling 28 homes to nearly 70 homes in 1 year. Now, the market improved, but I tell you this, it did not improve by 100%. She got organized and stopped asking herself the one dreaded question that most agents are still asking, which is, where is my next transaction going to come from? Or worse, what should I do today? You and I both know real estate can be like a vacuum, almost like a black hole that sucks your energy and your time and your resources away into nothing. We've got to be very focused on doing the right things, specifically the right projects. So let's take a look at the 3 types of projects you can be involved in. The first one I call IPP, the second one is BIP, third is SEP, and here's a little hint, 80% of small businesses fail because they chose the wrong project. Let's take a look at the 3. IPP, income producing projects. Income producing projects. What's going to help you find more business? What's going to help you generate more leads? What's going to get you more appointments, more signed contracts? Income producing projects versus BIP, business improvement projects. Hey, I want to redo my website. Hey, I want to improve my listing presentation. Hey, I want to redo my photo to make sure my marketing and my branding is all done correctly. Those are good projects, but here's the challenge. I was on a coaching session recently and someone said, hey, I want to redo my listing presentation. I said, that's great. How many listing appointments do you have scheduled for the next 10 days? The person's answer was 0, to which my response is, why would you work on your listing presentation? Why don't we work on getting you more appointments? Income producing versus business improvement. The third kind is system efficiency projects, and that's where we're maybe building new systems, new processes, a post-transaction follow-up system as an example, or a pre-listing checklist system. All very important projects for your business. The question though is, if you're going to work on getting organized, do you need income producing projects, business improvement, or system and efficiency projects? So I would bet that 80% of the people watching this short video are going to say, hey, you know what? I need to find more business, because if I just have more appointments, if I just have more leads, if I'm just meeting with more people that are interested in signing contracts, IPP, it's going to solve a lot of the organizational problems I have. So let's take a look at the next solution that caused Carolyn to double her business. And that is to develop a 1-year marketing plan. So you no longer have to ask yourself, what should I be doing today? Who should I be going after? What marketing should I be doing? But instead, just simply following the plan that you created. So here's what it looks like as an example. Let's just call this any month of the year, June, January, December, doesn't make a difference. We're going to have one for every month. So we're going to have the source. Who are we going after? Past client centers of influence, open house pre-marketing as two just examples. What are we going to send? An email and newsletter. When is it going to go out? Let's say December 1st. How is it going to be delivered? We're going to send it via email. What results do we want to produce? Goal versus actual. I put down 2 listing leads and 2 buyer leads. So we've got an end result in mind and we're tracking and measuring our performance. Under open houses, again, just an example, open house pre-marketing. We're going to do door drops and a video boost on our Facebook fan page. We're going to do one on 12/1 and one on 12/4. We're going to mail and of course use Facebook. We want to have 50 people attend our open house and we want to generate 2 listing leads and 4 buyer leads. Now, this project, you might say, oh my goodness, Tom, if I was deciding for the year, that could take me a lot of time. To which my response would be, you're right. And think about the time you'd be spending. You'd be deciding for the year. Every month, all the normal natural themes, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Valentine's, hey, it's summertime, summer's over and we're going back to school, Happy Thanksgiving. All of the normal campaigns that are seasonal you'd add in, and then you'd be deciding, based upon what we discussed in an earlier video, of those 4, 5, 6 lead sources you're going to go after, what's going to happen every single month. What's going to be mailed or sent, by when, how is it going to be delivered, email, Facebook, in the mail, knock on a door, and then the results you want to produce. Now, I promise you this, when Carolyn did this, it took all the guesswork out of how she was going to grow her business. It took all the guesswork out of what needed to happen every single day. And of course, the result, she doubled her business. Did she get more organized? 1,000% yes, in that IPP, income producing project, over everything else. So my advice to you is to now think about everything you've learned, because on the next video, I'm going to talk to you about the 2 deadliest problems that are causing too many agents to fail, not make the money they want, not produce the results they want, and worse, to continually have their income go like this, up and down, rich and poor, and we want to eliminate that. So I look forward to sharing that with you on the next video. Take care.